At home with Power BI, I'm Zahir Ibrahim from Sigma BI. Today I'm going to show you how to connect to SQL. And also what I'm going to show you as well is how to download a file, put it into SQL, and then from Power BI connect to that database. Now, if you never used SQL before, I'm going to show you how to add a file and a database into there. And in Power BI, I'm going to show you how to connect to that database as well. Are you ready? Come take a look. Let's go. First of all, I'm going to show you how to connect to SQL Server and show you that I've got a database in there. So if we go to the top ribbon and go to SQL Server, go to add your server name, click OK. What it's going to do is going to search for my SQL Server and it's going to see the information in there. So I've got all I've got the database in there with all these tables. Okay. So if you have just downloaded SQL in order for you to do this, or to get you a bit of practice connecting to SQL Server and bringing that information in, there's a couple of things that you'll need to do in order for you to get that information into SQL for you then to connect it. So I'm going to show you how to do that as well and how to put it into SQL Server, because we're going to download some information for SQL and then we're going to put that into SQL and for us to connect the data. But I'm going to show you how to put the information into SQL too, because it's not as simple as going to SQL and opening up the data. We have to do it via the files in the back end and put it in the backup, and I'm going to show you how to do that in this video. So first things first, we need some data. So what I'm going to do is go to SQL samples on Microsoft website. What I'm going to do is give you the link to the website in the comments below, so if you have a look. So what I'm going to do is get this data sample. So I'm going to get this SQL data sample, AdventureWorks. Then we go into samples, databases, AdventureWorks. And go down to install from backup, on which AdventureWorks release, and then AdventureWorks 2019.back. We'll just wait for that to download. Okay, so now that has downloaded, so if we have open it, okay, it won't let us open it. It's because it's a unreadable format, as we're already able to read this in SQL. Okay, so what we now need to do is put that into SQL so we can read it. So I'm going to go back to Power BI just to show you again. So I'm going to click on SQL Server and just show you. So I'm going to connect to my host. It's okay. So what we wanted to do is bring it up once we've connected it. Now, as you can see, I'm trying to connect to it again and it's not bringing up that database. And that's because it's still not in SQL. Okay, so the way to do this is get this into SQL is bring up the folder where we've downloaded it there. Okay, so what we're going to do is copy that, right? So then we're going to go down to this PC in Windows C, program file. So this is if you have recently downloaded SQL and you've put it into the default file it suggested. Go into program files and then we're going to go down to SQL. Okay, and then in this list we're going to go down to the bottom where it's MSS SQL 15.mss SQL Server. Double click on that. Go into SQL again, and then out of all this we're going to go to backup. Okay, and now we've got that in there. We can see there's another database in there that I did the other day. So what I'm going to do is copy that in there. Got it in here. So back that up. Okay, so that's good. So now what we need to do is open SQL. So now that we have opened up SQL, what we now need to do is on the left hand side go to databases, right click it, and then go to restore database. Should bring you up here the window, and then in this screen we need to click on the device under the source, and then click the ellipsis on the right hand side, and then we need to go to add on the right hand side, and that should bring you up to the backup where we copied and pasted it. Select on the AdventureWorks, click OK, click OK again. That now should, okay, there you go. So I just wanted to see if it has been checked, but that's the database that I want. Click OK, and that's restored successfully. So on the left hand side now we will get the database for AdventureWorks. Okay, so now that I know that's in there, what I'm going to do now is go back to Power BI, say right, okay, SQL, let's go and it's AdventureWorks, and there you go, and that's where it appears. So if we just click down there, we can now select whichever tables we want. So let's just select on one and see if it gives us a preview. So it gives us a preview there. Then once we've connected to that, so let's have a click on this just to show you. So if I just select on that and I start transforming the data, we're going to now bring that data into Power BI where we can start transforming the data. Brilliant. So I hope that's helped, guys. So what I've showed you in the video is downloading a SQL file, putting that into the database using backup, and then going back into Power BI to connect to that database that we've added in. Hope this helped you guys. Keep learning. The more data sources that you connect to and the more things that you experiment with, the better you'll get. So this is just one aspect of it. Just to let you know, is if you are working for a client or a business that you work for, the server names will be different. So you would need to know those details before you can start connecting to SQL. Hope that's helped, guys, and thanks for watching. At home with Power BI with me, Zahir Brayman. Learn with us by subscribing to our channel to get updated on our latest videos.